Hi, I'm Christina Applegate.
And I'm Jamie-Lynn Sigler.
And this is
Messy.
Hi, everyone. It's Christina and...
It's Jamie.
Mm-hmm.
And we got a special guest today. Her name is Brooke Eby. And I have been a follower of hers, I guess over a year. No, maybe a little.
That. I had no idea. Until
well,
you me, I had no idea.
Why should you? She is somebody whose page I came across. A friend of mine told me, you have to check this girl out, especially when we started Messy, because she specifically said, I think this would be somebody amazing for you and Christina to have a conversation with.
Oh my gosh.
Brooke is a young woman like the two of us who has... Christina loves to just say that she's old.
I don't know what's considered young anymore, because we go. I consider myself young, so then anyone like in that range, I'm like, oh, we're all young. But my nieces are like, you're like 70. I'm like, oh, okay.
No, if you're 70, then like I'm like 99. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, sorry, I'm ruining your introduction.
No, she is a young woman who has decided to live her life authentically, but with a sense of humor that we should all strive to possess, especially in the face of a devastating diagnosis. And I am just so incredibly moved and impressed by you and just your willingness to still live your life so fully and honestly. And I'm just really, really, really grateful that you're here, Brooke. I don't want to tell our audience about you. You should tell your audience about you and start from wherever you want in this journey.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for having me. This is so exciting. For everyone in my family, don't be surprised if more and more people start sneaking in and popping their head in one by one.
That's fine.
So I'm 35 now. When I was 29, actually, I started randomly limping. I had just moved from San Francisco to New York City. I was working in tech. I felt like I had, my late 20s, early 30s kind of figured out. And then walking to a conference one day, it was one of my colleagues who pointed out that I was walking differently and just not really keeping up with the group. But when you're 29, like, you feel invincible. I just assumed that I like Pilated too close to the sun. I was like, I don't know what I did. It was nothing. I couldn't imagine it was something serious, but it really didn't get any better with time. I tried to do physical therapy. I tried, whatever I could do, like workouts, stretches to help it, and it just wasn't helping. So I went to my sister. She and her husband are both doctors, and told them, and they asked me to walk on my heels, walking towards them. And as I did, my left foot slapped down to the ground. I couldn't keep it up on my heels. Again, I didn't even know what they were looking for in this test. Like, it was a shock to me that my foot wouldn't stay up. And that kind of kicked off a process. They assumed it was like I pinched a nerve or something, like something, again, minor, hopeful. But after the first few rounds of testing, I got probably very similar to your stories. Like, they want to run every test before landing on something. So I got like x-rays, CAT scans, MRIs. They just could not find anything. And it ended up leading to a 4-year process of testing before officially getting a diagnosis of ALS when I was 33. And I didn't know anything about ALS. I thought it was like old men, genetic. That was just the image I had in my head, was like our great-grandparents or like great-grandfather would have ALS, but not, a 33-year-old woman.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think the Lou Gehrig part of it is...
Yeah,
no one's named Lou. No one's named Lou.
Oh yeah,
Gehrig
is his name, because he wasn't old either.
But so, it's an old-timey name. So
you're right. So right. Maybe that's what it is, because I couldn't figure out like why that was my picture, was just like an old man. And maybe it was the name Lou. But yeah, I got diagnosed and then crawled into bed with the bag of M&Ms for a couple of months and just tried to figure out like, everything I thought my life was going to be is not what it's going to be anymore. How do I accept that? I still don't think I really have. I feel like acceptance is kind of overrated, but the last couple years.
See, Jamie? Jamie always yells at me about the word acceptance. Yells.
I love denial personally. It works wonders.
Not just a river in Egypt, baby.
It's my number one strategy.
But like I will defend myself just a little bit in the sense that
please do.
Because I always say acceptance doesn't mean you have to like it. But I think why it seems to me that you've accepted it in the way of like, but you're still moving forward.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're still even if you posted on Instagram every day from your bed with a bag of M&Ms, to me that would still be a form of acceptance because you are finding a way to still connect. And to me, that's like what being human is about. Before we go any further, I want to talk about sort of that gray area of you trying to get diagnosed, because I find that can be really frustrating for so many people. Like, were there people that were telling you to kind of just move on? I know that the symptoms weren't going away, and obviously that could be a huge driving force, but were you having to be your own advocate in that time?
I feel like I was probably the opposite of my own advocate because so 2 years into the limp, I did go to a neurologist who did an EMG. Have you guys ever had EMGs?
I'm about to have again one.
Oh, but you've had one.
I'm getting the other. Yes, I've had them, but they want to test me again because I'm having some issues, but that's neither here nor there, and we don't have to talk about it, but
we can.
So yes, I know.
EMGs,
nope.
EMGs are not fun.
Needles, right?
They're my most dreaded test. I'm like, it just makes me so uncomfortable. Basically they stick a needle in your muscles and then they have you move the muscle and like try to cramp you up basically. And then you hear crackling. And if you hear crackling, it's bad.
Okay. I guess I haven't had that. Now I'm really freaked out. So that's cool. I'm getting one next
it's
week.
honestly,
Yay.
I've had like 10 of them.
Well, if you've done it, I'll do it.
You got it. I think it more is just like a gross feeling versus it actually being painful. But anyways, I got one of those and then the doctor was like, have you ever heard of ALS? Like Lou Gehrig's disease. And I freaked out. Like my face, I think just like went pale white. And he told me that he was like, look, I don't have enough to diagnose you right now, but like, it's kind of looking like that. So over the next couple of months, just come back and we'll check in and see if things get worse. And my family basically like disowned this doctor we were like, he is stupid. He is an idiot. Did he even go to med school? Meanwhile, he's like the top neurologist at Hopkins, but in our mind, we were the opposite of advocates.
We needed to be mad at him for a little while.
And I didn't want to hear that it was ALS. So I was not searching for that answer. I was looking for any other answer I could get. So 2 years in, like it was hinted to me. They did a genetic test and I thought that was like the yes or no answer. And when it came back that I didn't have any genetic markers, we celebrated like we were in the clear. And then, I later found out like 10% of cases are genetic. So it wasn't like an actual definitive test. It was just helping them narrow things down. But yeah, I think 2 years after that was when I really started like losing balance and really struggling to walk. And so at that point, I went back in, they re-EMG'd me, and that's when it was enough to give me a diagnosis. So it was almost like my body wasn't giving all the clues it needed to give to get the diagnosis. And then my brain was telling them, like, do not give me this diagnosis. So I think everyone was a little more hesitant. And also, I was, 29 when it all started. So not really what doctors have their, like, case studies about in med school.
I was going to say, is that young? Is that on the younger side for people to be diagnosed?
It is, but I don't think we really know anything about ALS. Like, I think they say between like 50 and 70 is when you're more likely to get it. But I'm in a support group of girls diagnosed before 35, and we're growing. Every month we add like 2 more women. And there's probably 100 right now. So I think it can really, and I've heard of like kids getting it. Like you can get it as a kid, pediatric ALS. There's another name for it, but it's just there's so much unknown that they say 50 to 70, but I think that's just because like that's what's been recorded historically.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say to you, I think the first time I really heard of ALS is ridiculous, but not ridiculous, but like we were all putting buckets of ice water over our heads, you know, and passing it along to someone. And that was like the first, like, you know, and that was before I had MS, but it was like, it was so important and I still didn't understand it. So as a disease, I still don't understand. So I think I don't know.
Do you want Brooke to explain it?
Yes. That's why I'm saying
the ice bucket challenge was 10 years ago. And do you know?
Okay, that was 10 years ago. Okay.
10 years ago this year, which is so crazy. But I didn't get nominated. And I remember being really sad because I was like, am I so uncool? Like I did not get
nominated. Like, am I so far down people's lists of people that I did
because you only got to nominate 3 and I was top 3. I'm like, oh no. But now I'm convinced I made such a stink about it that God was like, I got you. Don't worry.
No.
I'm just kidding. That's one of my dark jokes.
There's that
very, very dark.
There's that humor that I felt.
Oh yeah. If I'm gauging the temperature of where it can go here.
Oh girl, we can go there.
No, I was gonna say Selma Blair said to me when I was having like tingling in my toes in the beginning of 2021, she's like, you need to be checked for MS. And I was like,
yeah.
Like the two of us in the same movie are gonna have MS.
Right.
You know, I was like, literally the odds.
It's like getting struck by lightning.
Yeah. Like, what are the odds?
I know.
Anyway, I'm sorry when our brains start to think like,
I know
you didn't create this.
I do this series of like 5 things that definitely didn't cause my ALS. And they're all like, it's like me getting mad about the ice bucket challenge or me drinking like a lot of Four Loko in college, like original recipe. Like there's so many things that like I like to point the finger at because we don't know otherwise. But
there's no cure for either one and no idea why
no knowledge of how you get it, why you progress at the speed you do, nothing.
By now, you've had to be living under a rock if you haven't heard of Peloton. But are you aware of the variety of training programs Peloton has? They have Pilates, 5K, 10K, half and full marathon programs, strength training, boot camps. There's so many ways to challenge yourself and your body. And one of my favorite things about Peloton is they have their leaderboard. They have live metrics that allow you to see how your friends are doing in real time. You can have banter, you can have friendly competition, challenge each other, and even bragging rights at the end of each class. And let's also not forget the Peloton instructors, okay? They are in a league of their own. They're so impressive because you've got dancers, college athletes, world record breakers. The whole lineup of coaches are motivating and inspirational. It's like going to church. And also, they have different workouts for every type of mood. If you're looking for an early morning run or a late night hike, Peloton has you covered no matter what mood you're in or when you want to move. It also provides judgment-free instruction and guidance to make fitness approachable and enjoyable. And we know that we all want to fit in. We want to feel like we're taking care of ourselves. You can customize it to you. Also, Peloton offers exclusive memberships for all shapes, sizes, and walks of life, so anyone and everyone is welcome. Find your push, find your power with Peloton at onepeloton.com. That's onepeloton.com.
Support for Messy comes from HelloFresh.
Do you not know what HelloFresh is? Let me tell you.
Who doesn't know what HelloFresh is? Come on.
I love HelloFresh, and especially this fall. You know, I think fall and food is pretty much the tastiest season. And they've got farm fresh produce and easy autumn-inspired recipes delivered right to your door. So HelloFresh delivers all these pre-proportioned ingredients that you'll need to make easy homemade meals. So they'll bring you all the proteins, the veggies, the sauces, the spices, and more. And so it arrives in a box along with very simple instructions that walk you through each step in the cooking process. To be honest, HelloFresh is how I learned how to cook and gave me the confidence in my own kitchen, because I was serving up these like tasty restaurant style meals to my family. And I'm able to do that without the high price tag of takeout and in less time than it takes to get a delivery. Their menu changes all the time. They have 50 recipes each week to choose from and over 100 market add-on items like desserts, breakfast, and snacks. You can also pick meals that match your lifestyle. So whether that's fit and wholesome, quick and easy, or vegetarian, they will find something you love for everybody. So get 10 free meals. That's 10, guys, 10 free meals at HelloFresh.com/freemessy. It'll be applied across 7 boxes, new subscribers only, and it varies by plan. That's 10 free HelloFresh meals just by going to HelloFresh.com/freemessy. This is brought to you by America's #1 meal kit, HelloFresh.
To answer your original question that I took you on a tangent on was, so ALS is neurodegenerative. I like to think of it as like it just disconnects your brain from your muscles. So like if my brain were a light switch and my muscles were the light bulb, ALS comes and like cuts the wires between them. So my brain is working normally, I hope. And then my muscles just can't, like, I can't communicate to them to tell them to move. Mm-hmm. So you end up losing all voluntary movement. So right now, like, you can't really tell when I'm on Zoom because my hands and arms move around and I still have my voice, but like pretty much everything below what you're seeing is paralyzed. So I can't move my legs. My arm is actually getting weaker where I can't raise it anymore, but you lose the ability to move. A lot of people lose the ability to talk, to swallow, and then ultimately breathing is voluntary. So that's kind of how you die with ALS, is respiratory failure. Did I kill the vibe?
No, you didn't kill the vibe. It's your reality.
Well, I'm just so desensitized to it. Like, I don't even notice. I'm describing it all the time. So it's like so not
of course
anymore.
And yes. But it deserved that pause because of the reality of what you are living with. And we want to honor that and you. But one of the things that I'm just in awe of you is your ability to infuse humor into this, because what it does also is gives people the space to ask questions and conversate with you, because otherwise those pauses probably could last a really fucking long time.
That's what would happen at the when I first got diagnosed, and I would tell people, I was like, okay, here, I'm just going to ruin your day. And then like, enjoy, goodbye. Like every conversation I had with people was so uncomfortable because they would start crying. Then I would start crying. And then it was just like, where do we go from here? Because they didn't want to make me more upset. But actually like 3 months into the diagnosis, maybe 2, I got out of bed. A lot of party-size M&M's bag skeletons in that bed. But I had to go to a friend's wedding where I was a bridesmaid. And like, you can't hide when you're a bridesmaid. You can't just like hide in the back row. Mm-hmm. So I show up to this wedding and the bridesmaid's dress is way too tight because I had only been eating M&Ms. And I was using a walker, the same exact walker that the bride's grandma was using, like the tennis balls. We were like, I see you. And then as I walked in, it was all my college friends. They all looked great and tan and fit. And I was just like, oh my God, I can't do this. So I turned to my friend and I was like, can we just leave? Like, will she notice? Will the bride notice if we leave? And she was like, look, this could be really embarrassing or this could be really, really fun. But like, either way, you're going to get a great story out of it. So just like power through, go numb, do whatever you have to do. And then we'll figure it out. We'll figure out the emotions later. And whatever she said just like clicked with me, because I think it was like 2-3 hours later, the bride was limboing under my walker at the party. We had,
there you go,
people were doing like walker rides across the dance floor. And that was the first time where I'm like, okay, if I can make people laugh, like we're all a little bit more comfortable talking about
exactly
what's going on. And that's that's the ultimate goal, is like people need to be talking about these incurable terminal diseases, really like underfunded diseases is what they should be called. But
there you go. What I was going to say to you is I always, with my cane, like no matter where I am, I click a cane with someone else who has a cane. Always. If I'm in my wheelchair, I'm like, clickety clackety, I got your back. You like,
I know.
Because there's that thing that I think you possess, is that it makes people feel more comfortable.
Yeah.
If you can, even though we're dying inside, sorry for the okay.
No, I'd say it all.
Okay.
Literally.
What we're feeling is like, if I can make someone else feel less disturbed, less uncomfortable, then I'll do that.
Yeah. And it makes me in turn more comfortable. And then I think it also makes people more willing to keep watching. Because I know with social media, like you're a swipe away from a cute puppy video or like a gorgeous influencer doing her makeup. And then you get to me and I'm like, hi, I'm Brooke and I'm dying. And people like you could swipe away really fast. So
you're my favorite person to land on.
Well, you're just like, you have to think of a way to like capture people's attention. And I think my age helps with that, because I can be like your daughter or your mother or your sister or your wife. Like I'm 35. It's like prime lifetime. But I think humor is what keeps people interested and engaged and like maybe potentially willing to advocate.
Is this a part of your personality that you've always possessed? Is this an aspect that you used always to deal with things in life prior to this?
It's really all I got. I'm the youngest of three, so like, and a good amount younger, so like jokes were the only way I could enter the conversation.
Well, you're so good at it. I never knew
what was going on, but I could sneak my way in and try to get them to laugh.
But you do. When I came across your page for the first time, you were at that point talking about dating with this. And you're like, how do I approach this? Like, what do I say? And I just remember being so struck and enamored and like fell in love with you, where I was like, who wouldn't want to date this girl? I want to go on a date with her. Like,
I'll go on a date with you anytime.
Let's do it. Let's go. But what point of your journey did you start to share publicly? Or was it right away?
It was pretty close to after that wedding. So I would say like 3 months in. After that wedding, I started writing down like kind of all the funny things that had happened to me. Just weird things people say because they don't know what to say. So they kind of panic. And you can tell when they've started a sentence that they regret starting. And it just like, all of this stuff would make me laugh so hard, but it seemed weird to me that I found it funny. So I just was like writing it down as a personal project. And then I showed a friend, the same friend from the wedding. And she was like, Brooke, you need to do something with this. Like, think of all the people who you might be able to make more comfortable by posting stuff like this. So that's kind of how it came about. And we did a lot of like, you know, me telling my friends about my diagnosis videos and the funny responses they'd have, or dating videos, like how I would approach people on dating apps and how they would respond. So yeah, it was a couple months in, I just started and then tried to see if people were interested and kind of just went from there.
And they were.
Yeah, it surprises me. I always think like, if I were on the other side of it, would I be interested in a story like this? And I don't know that I would. Like, I'm so impressed with people who go to the internet for like learning and education, because I'm like, I'd probably just be watching dog videos and not even notice, you know, all the important stories I'd be missing. So it's a growth, mutual growth.
It's mutual growth.
You've talked about the support group that you are a part of. And I mean, I think Christina and I can speak firsthand to the importance of community, especially a community of people that are dealing with something, you know, very unique and specific to what you're dealing with, and how important it's become to us. I can only imagine to you. You've had like retreats and stuff all together. Tell us about that.
Oh my God. Yeah. Some of the videos I made at those retreats were like a little out of pocket, but so when I first got diagnosed, I got put into a support group that was local. And when I joined, it was a Zoom like this, and I logged in, and it was me and like 10, probably like 70 to 85-year-old men and me. And I looked around, I'm like, I got there.
So it was like an ALS dating app for old guys.
Yeah, there's so much type. No, I was just like, I don't think I should be here. Like this can't be right, that I'm the only one who looks like this in this support group. And then someone referred me to this group called Her ALS Story, which is all women under 30 who were diagnosed before 35. And they have been so much fun since being diagnosed. Like, we're in a WhatsApp group, and if the groups were to ever get leaked, I'm sure you guys feel this way about your texts. Like, if these were to ever get leaked, people would question everything about ALS. They'd be like, I think it does affect their brains. But we do go on a retreat once a year.
Not laughing, but laughing.
We go on a retreat once a year to Cape Cod, where we just all get together, and it's like usually like 40 plus girls come, plus caregivers, plus families. So it's a big group, and it's insane. We were there just a few weeks ago, and one of the girls had passed between the last retreat and this retreat and got cremated into a disco ball. So we had a disco party in her honor and had like drag queens and like dancing and party. It was the most fun. And I'm like, this is what a celebration of life should be. Like, it's so much less scary now that I'm seeing it up close.
That's what I was just going to ask you. It almost feels like you guys are living life with just like an openness and a willingness, and, despite what you would feel sort of hanging over your head, and finding that community, I'm sure, really helped you. And obviously you have an amazing group of people, especially that one friend in particular.
Why do I not want to see that for you? Sorry. Like, I'm uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable because it's like I'm looking at you and I don't see this for you.
I know.
And I know that's a really hard thing to say, but like, when I get like this. So when I lean back, it means that Jamie has to take over.
She's getting emotional. Well, I understand what Christina's saying, and I'm sure this is something you have to deal with for, yourself and other people around you, because you can feel, you have to also take on, I imagine, other people's having to accept this reality as well.
Yeah, I think honestly it's harder for the people watching, even though that sounds like I'm trying to be like heroic. I'm not, because I can wake up every day, and maybe you guys feel the same, where like you wake up and you're like, okay, I feel okay today. It's, I'm in the same boat that I was yesterday, so I know exactly how to navigate the day.
Mm-hmm.
But the people around me feel so helpless because they're just watching. Like my parents, I don't know how they deal with it, because it's like they're just watching me get worse and worse, and they're like, what, there's nothing we can do. Like, I think it could drive you crazy if you're watching it from the outside in.
Yeah.
But I don't think of it as, okay, that new Taylor Swift song where it's like F
Nope.
You A Me?
Sorry.
You're not a Taylor fan. Okay, so she
No
does.
offense. She's great. She's got more money than anyone. Okay.
Yeah, that's true. She could probably
God bless
save
her.
all three of us.
Yep.
Tomorrow if you want to.
Good. Taylor Swift, if you're listening.
We could use some help, Taylor.
We got three ladies who would love a little help here. That would be real cool.
She has this song though about like her feud with Kim Kardashian. Now I'm just getting into stuff that's like,
take us there. Take us on the ride.
Take us, because I'm gonna lean back.
Yeah, this is a lowbrow moment for us.
That's
but
okay.
The whole song is that like she wouldn't have what she had if it wasn't for Kim Kardashian like ruining her life. And so that's sometimes how I feel about ALS. I'm like,
I understand.
Brought me so much, even though it's taking so much. It's like things balance out, I tried to do like a stand-up comedy routine sitting down, but actually I brought Christina, you were actually part of the stand-up routine. I don't know if you knew this, I said your name in
Christina?
your stand-up routine. Yeah. Because Jamie, I didn't even know you had MS actually until you reached out. But I
That's
knew
because she
Christina
wears short
did.
shorts. She wears short jean shorts and she looks like a hot piece of crippled ass.
Well,
And I'm like this like loafy like fucker that comes
Stop.
around. Whatevs.
yeah, I like to think of myself as like SpongeBob because my limbs have like lost muscle
Oh, are you
Muscle.
atrophied?
Yeah, my legs are like little sticks, but then all my weight goes right
Your
to
your
my
midsection's like huge. Mine
So I
too.
look like SpongeBob all the time. I'm just
Okay,
like,
so we're gonna take pictures of ourselves and send them to each other later. You're gonna laugh so much because I do this thing called I do a toddler walk with my diaper.
yeah.
And you know how toddlers have like little big bellies and like little tiny
Yes,
legs, and then they
but
like
they're
walk
proud
like
of them.
"Wah, wah, 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 wah." That's what I walk around the house just trying to annoy my child.
When we see those toddlers walk around in those little bodies, we think they're so cute.
And
Yeah.
like
It's not so
toddlers
cute
love
when you're
big bellies,
54.
you know, like they're proud of their bellies.
They are.
Yeah, they are.
They
So-
stick it out.
So
You should be too.
Support for Messy comes from Jenny Kane.
I don't know if you looked outside, guys, but fall is here, which means I'm looking for any excuse to add coziness and newness to my space. And there's one place I'm going to for all things interiors, Jenny Kane Home. I am cozying up with one of their amazing throws as we speak,
That's
literally
right.
as we speak.
There it is.
It's a must-have, guys.
Jenny Kane Home is a California brand through and through, and her interior pieces are instant classics. They're perfect for capturing like a minimalist and effortless look. But she has everything from luxurious bedroom linens and iconic furniture to the cutest pillows and throws, like Christina said, and not to mention the most incredible scented candles. Jenny Came Home has everything you need to transform your space into a luxurious sanctuary. Our listeners are going to get 15% off your first order when you use code MESSY15 at checkout. That's 15% off your first order. JENNIKAYNE.com. Promo code MESSY15. Curate your dream home with Jenny Kane.
Just do it. Now, you know I'm a Lumi girl.
You love your Lumi.
I love my Lumi, so.
Support for Messy comes from Lumi.
Okay, I can't even
Tell me about Lumi.
begin to talk about Lumi. Now, I'm going to be gross. Not a big
Be real.
shower all the
Be
time
real.
because, okay, I'm going to be real. The glass case of emotions, which is what I call my shower, or I called showering naked and afraid, is something that sometimes I can't do. And, you know, after a couple of days, it's, I hate to use the word mealy, but sometimes it's kind of mealy up in these pits. And then I discovered Lumi. I swear on my world, it is unbelievable. This stuff works so well. And they have amazing scents. The new spray that they have, it's the one I have is grapefruit. It's like I can't.
What
It's
is it?
so-
A whole body deodorant spray?
It's a whole it's a whole body deodorant spray with a 72-hour guaranteed no stank
Wow.
for 72 hours. And you spray, so they call it a no touch situation. So, you know, some people like maybe with the creams and stuff didn't want to like touch the parts. This is
Right.
a spray, so it's a no touch. It's absolutely amazing. The spray is powered by an innovative pH optimized technology that stops odor before it starts, rather than simply covering odor up with fragrance. I mean, who wants that? Like BO and grapefruit? No, you don't want that.
No.
You just want grapefruit or rose or lavender, or if you don't like scents, they have unscented ones. They have baby powder ones. They have coconut ones. Its water-based formula contains way less alcohol than the competition. They use enough for a quick dry, and that's it. That's it. Which is why in clinical trial, what? Yes.
And it's also baking soda free and paraben free, right?
Oh yeah, it's all the things that are free, all the things that are bad for you, free.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why, by the way, in clinical trials, 0 participants experienced any burning or irritation, which is amazing. The canister is designed for effortless 360-degree application. Hello. You can do it from any angle, guys. 360.
That's
Meaning
right.
You can turn it upside down to spray it in those hard to reach areas. Below the belt.
Below the belt.
And
That's
I
right.
mean, yes, I mean your private vagina parts.
Lumi's starter pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice like mini body wash and deodorant wipes, and free shipping. As a special offer for listeners, all customers get 15% off all Lumi products with our exclusive code. That's right, not just new customers, returning customers as well. And if you combine the 15% off with the already discounted starter pack, that equals over 40% off their starter pack. Use code MESSY for 15% off your first purchase at LumiDeodorant.com. That's code MESSY at LumiDeodorant.com. Please support our show and tell them we sent you.
I understand what you were saying with the Taylor Swift reference a lot, because it changes your life completely. It changes your perspective. It changes your decisions. It changes every single thing that you do. But at the same time, you are finding a version of yourself that you are proud of, that you are feels purpose. Yes. I was going to say feels purposeful, and I can imagine that humor obviously is not always part of it for you. When things feel big and overwhelming, are there people you turn to, things that you turn to? What helps you get through the harder moments?
Yeah, I think honestly the worst moments were before I was in my chair full time, when I would fall. I think those were my biggest breakdowns, because like there's nothing more helpless feeling than when you're on the ground and you can't get back up again. And I had to call neighbors. I've had to call, like, one time my taxi driver came up to my apartment to pick me up off the ground into my chair in order to get me down. But like those were the moments when
do you
I'm
live
like,
in the 50s with taxi drivers? Sorry.
Yeah,
sorry.
well, it's like
I can't help myself. Jamie, I can't help myself.
It's like a wheelchair taxi. I feel like Uber shouldn't get for that, you know?
Sorry.
The guy with he came with his little cap and came in.
I love him with his cap. Come on.
Yeah, it was like those moments, I feel like, when I would have the biggest breakdowns. But like, honestly, I don't really think that much, period. I just don't really think about the future so much, because I'm like, what's it gonna help me with, you know?
So do you find that you're just living in the present right now? And
I think so. I mean, there's definitely moments where I'm like, what's gonna happen if, you know, my other hand stops working, and like, how will I adapt to that? But I sort of just think about the last change I made, like going into the wheelchair full time. I was so upset about it before, and then as soon as I got into it, I'm like, oh, now I can just live my life better. Like, it's not sad. It's just helpful. And so I just have to assume, like, with each change, that'll, you know, it's almost harder before the change, but then once you make it, it's like, I can
you accept, it's like,
it's like
Jamie and I have talked about this. Like, no, we don't have ALS, but we have something symptomatically very similar.
Yeah.
A longer thing. Battle. But going into an airport and being like, no, I succumb to this. I succumb to the fact that I have to be in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
I can't. And that thing of going, no fucking shame anymore. Like,
yes, releasing the shame.
I have to do, like, I cannot go from one terminal to the other. I cannot go through security without this. I cannot.
Well, Christina, you should see, I mean, Brooke, what you bring to light about the difficulties of travel and the blanking on the word of, like, just the carelessness that the airlines can have with your equipment that's essential for your life. Do you want to talk to anyone about that? Because I love how you are exposing this, because it's really bad.
I feel like I've seen more and more of it lately. I think probably thanks to TikTok and that type of platform. But yeah, I mean, like, you guys know, your mobility devices are your body, basically. So when you check them in, you're like, well, let's just hope for the best because there's no guarantee. So
because those motherfuckers are going to throw them like, sorry, no, not motherfuckers to CSA.
Mine,
I'm saying like
they dropped it off the ramp. Mine.
Oh my
God.
God.
I'm in a loaner chair right now. They're paying for it. Like it's not that. It's just now like a hassle.
It's an
And then like
inconvenience.
2 weeks later, the same thing happened to my friend. So it's happening like all people warned me like it's going to happen at some point. So just like mentally prepare yourself. But yeah, I mean, life is just harder when you're disabled. Like everything is a production. I like to think my days are pretty similar back to when I like pre-ALS days. Like I'm still working, I'm still seeing friends, I'm doing all the stuff, but the getting from point A to point B takes so much longer. Like now I wake up an hour and a half before my first call as opposed to like 10 minutes because now I'm like, it's just to get me out of bed takes 15 minutes because we need my parents helping me. We need like, it's just a production.
I love that you're still working, by the way.
Yeah. I honestly think it's like a coping thing because it's like 9 to 5. I can just think about work.
Why wouldn't she? Look at that brain.
Well,
exactly.
That's an exciting, funny, amazing, smart, charismatic, functional human. As I like to always say, I'm pretty good from like here up.
Yes.
That's it.
You know, as long as you got good boobies and a good brain, you're good.
I like from the neck up, I'm in my 20s in my mind, but everything below, I'm like 97.
Let me ask you a question that just, where would be like your fantasy place to go? Like
I don't know. I actually
like a place.
I never really did the whole like bucket list thing because
I'm not talking about bucket list. I don't want to hear those words coming out your mouth. I'm talking about like a place that you'd want to go.
Maybe it's like Japan, like somewhere in Asia, but I don't think they're very accessible. That's
There's a lot of vehicles on the road.
Yeah. Whenever I think now about travel, I'm like, is it almost the production thing kind of comes into my mind again.
I understand. Yeah.
I just don't want to think about it.
It's not worth it.
But
yeah.
Like a beautiful lake, like Lake Como or something in Italy. Like,
do you not start thinking about the stairs?
Every day of my life.
That's stairs are my fear now. People are like, oh, are you so scared of ALS? I'm like, no, I'm scared of staircases. Like
staircases, I hate them.
Me too.
My daughter's like, can you make me pancakes? Because she always tests me to see if I'm still able enough to do stuff for her. And so I'll just like try to get down the stairs and I'm like, motherfuck. Sorry, I cuss a lot.
You have to do it? You have
yeah. If it's not mommy's pancakes, if it's not mommy's oatmeal, if it's not mommy's this, if it's not mommy's this, then she feels like I'm not there. Yeah. So you
need an elevator.
I'm not ready to do that yet.
Yeah.
It's like this pride thing. But I'm saying like, where would be the place? Like a Tuscany, like a villa in Tuscany, like or
under the Tuscan sun moment.
There you go.
Yeah. Honestly, I loved traveling back in the day. I like studied abroad in Europe and just had so much fun.
Where did you study?
Our base was in London, so I guess not Europe, but then every weekend we would go somewhere.
It's still Europe, sweetheart.
I love that.
Is it? I was very European chic.
Okay. Were you a Francophile?
We were bopping around
every weekend. Like it was so fun.
I'm so glad you had that time. But I'm going to piggyback on that question a little bit and say, is there anything that this whole experience has inspired you to still want to do? Could it be write a book? Could it be write a screenplay? Like, is there anything that you have found, as weird as this sounds, inspiration from this experience?
Yeah, all of it, honestly. I think like before I was just kind of like robotically living. Like every day I'd wake up, I'd go to work, I'd do like a workout class, I'd go to happy hour, then I'd go home and repeat. Like I wasn't doing anything helpful, really. I mean, I had a job, but I work at a tech company. Like I'm not saving lives. And so I think
but you're still a beneficial presence on the planet, no matter whether you had this or not. You still have a light inside of you, and that has nothing to do with ALS. That's just your God-given beauty.
Once I actually got the diagnosis, it was like clearer to me how I could use my skills in a positive way, as opposed to just in like a corporate setting.
Yeah.
So I don't know. The whole like book thing has been brought up to me. I just like I just don't know when I would sit down and be able to write something. Like people who are able to just do that are so, like, you have a book, Jamie, don't you? Or do
The two of us are both writing our books right now.
It's got to be so hard to just sit down and like collect.
It is. I've had to call my mom like 1,000 times because I'll be like retelling something and then I'll be like, wait, no, I have the wrong year. I have the wrong boyfriend. I'd have to like call my mom and like she'll help me like piece it together. So of course it's a very daunting thing. However, and I'm trying not to force it, but there is a beautiful, it's a beautiful thing to experience, I think. And it's a beautiful gift to give yourself. You're just somebody who strikes me as just so incredibly authentic. And because of your willingness and ability to sort of live day to day, and you've kind of been forced to do that, I know I myself would be incredibly interested in your perspective.
I'd read it in a second.
Yeah, in a heartbeat. And also your voice is so strong.
What you're giving me a little bit is, I don't know, I mean, whatever your opinions are of anyone, but I loved Are You There, Vodka? It's Me, Chelsea.
Oh,
yes.
By Chelsea Handler.
So good. That's a long time ago that I read that. That was,
I know, but it's like one of those books that you can just read and you don't have to go. Chelsea, I'm not saying that you didn't go there. You went there. But it was beautifully simple, and it was beautifully just your voice. Yeah. And I think what I was going to say to you, and you know, Jamie and I are doing our books right now because that's what you do. I have a partner and he just records me and I just spew shit out of my mouth and then he puts it down.
Yep.
Because I can't type. I can't type because I can't feel my fingers.
Yeah.
So it's just like very cathartic and you can talk about anything. And I'm just giving you advice, like having a partner, you know, not a co-writer necessarily, but someone who can just be like, you know, if today you're having trouble with your hands and you can't do this, just speak your truth.
Also, you're a storyteller.
That's why that book was so great, because it was almost like she was spewing.
Yeah.
I'm doing this and it looks like I'm sucking so many dicks.
It looks like you are giving an epic blowjob, one that I have never given. Is that what a blowjob looks like? Because I feel that for every male I've ever been with.
No one can see. Well,
wow.
Keep this in. Allison,
we're going to discuss later.
Good moment.
Support for Messy comes from Everyday Dose. Everyday Dose is not a coffee alternative. It is the next generation of coffee. It's coffee, but better, with added functional mushrooms, collagen, protein, and nootropics to help you feel like your best self. Now, look, there's only 5 ingredients. We love that. Coffee, lion's mane, chaga L-theanine, and collagen protein.
I have noticed a significant difference in how I feel since starting to have Everyday Dose. So lion's mane is proved to improve cognitive function, including memory, focus, creativity, productivity, mental clarity, concentration. I just feel like I'm not getting like the stressful jitters post coffee. I'm getting like a very steady, energetic, but like nicely focused feeling. And, you know, L-theanine is supposed to help reduce stress. And when you combine it with caffeine, you're met with this like synergistic effect of a smooth all day energy with no jitters, like I said, or afternoon crash. And the taste, by the way, is pretty delicious. I mix it with my milk and my little bit of maple syrup, froth it up, and it's perfect.
I have been told ever since I was diagnosed with MS that lion's mane mushrooms are like an integral part of helping us with our symptoms, with which, you know, I can't claim that. I'm just saying that it has been told to me by many people that is a huge proponent in neuropathy and other things. And I sometimes forget about taking it. And you know why? Because I'm not taking it. So I don't have the memory that it helps you with. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go have my everyday dose.
You're not going to forget your coffee. So head over to everydaydose.com/messy for 25% off plus 5 free gifts with your first order. Your first month, you get a USB rechargeable frother, a gunmetal dose spoon, breathwork app by Othership, a wellness booklet, and a sticker. And every month after, you get amazing free gifts with your order.
Go to everydaydose.com/messy for 25% off plus 5 free gifts with your first order, people.
Support for Messy comes from Article.
Okay, so check it out. When Article came into our lives, we were asked to go on there and get something. And I'm like, well, I don't need anything, blah, blah, blah. And then I look and the stuff is so beautiful and clean and modern and everything that I love. But I was like, I don't need anything. And then you know what I didn't know I needed? A credenza. A credenza.
You needed that credenza.
Now listen to me, everyone. When you look through everything from Article, I don't think they use the word credenza.
They might.
I use the word credenza because I just like saying it. It makes me very happy. I love my credenza, and I have this beautiful lamp that's like gold, and like when you turn it on, it puts all these like flickers of light all over your walls.
I saw it.
It's so sexy and it's so calming, and I love it. I love Article. I love you, Article.
Yes, and Article believes in delightful design like Christina chose for her home, for every home. And thanks to their online only model, they have some really delightful prices too. It's a curated assortment of mid-century modern, coastal, industrial, Scandi, and boho designs, which makes furniture shopping simple.
And not to mention, like, first of all, I have to say the quality is unbelievable. For the price. I don't even know what's happening. But their team of designers are all about finding the perfect balance between style, quality, and price.
That's right. And now Article is offering our listeners $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more. So to claim it, visit article.com/messy and the discount will be automatically applied at checkout.
That's article.com/messy for $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more.
First and foremost, let me say, Brooke, I fucking love you.
Wait, we're not at time?
No, we're not done yet. We're not done yet because we've still got some things to do.
Okay.
But I fucking love you. I think you're awesome and amazing. And I don't know if you know this, but this might help you with learning a little bit about yourself for writing your book. Christina has a superpower. Are you aware of her superpower?
No.
But see, when you put it as a superpower,
you
then
say
I
this
feel
every
like
time and then you nail
such
it.
pressure.
So just accept the fact that you're gifted.
Like
you're going to right now.
Gifted and like quote unquote gifted or gifted.
I mean, there's many, you can be many things.
So gifted.
You can be all the things.
The suspense.
You are going to give Christina right now your 5 favorite movies. Don't think about it. Don't even think too hard about it. Like, what are the 5 favorite movies that come up for you right now? They could be from your childhood. They could be recently, like that you would just be like, oh my God, it's on. I want to watch it.
You could watch it from the middle to the end, from the beginning to the middle, and watch it like 15 times over. Okay, go.
Okay. You've Got Mail. She's the Man. I feel like She's the Man can't be on many lists.
I've got it.
That's a great movie. Harry Potter's all. I have favorites, but we'll just
we don't. I don't need. Just the whole. I just put Harry Perry because
Harry Perry's. I love that guy.
Okay, that's 3.
This is. Do you remember that episode of The Office when they're like, "What movie would you take on a desert island?" And she says, "Devil Wears Prada," and they're like, "Boo!" Like that's such a bad answer.
No one will do that here.
Do you want Devil Wears Prada?
Let's go Anchorman because I'm looking at you.
Hey.
And maybe like a How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, like a rom-com to circle us back.
Okay, you guys talk for a few minutes while I
feel like the panic between 3 and 4 has to be part of whatever exercise.
It's everyone. Most people have that panic between 3 and 4. I think
really?
it's a very common thing.
And I can't even think about movies. I'm like, what movies have I even seen?
I know. Mine were Goonies, Dirty Dancing, Shawshank Redemption. See, and now I can't remember my last two.
Were like in your last two, were they either your movies or do you not like watching them?
No. They were just more just like movies that it's like as a child that I like loved.
Oh, you know what movie I loved was Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
Love that movie.
That's such a good movie. Shoot, I should have said that instead of
We could tell her when she comes back. We'll tell her when she comes back.
So good. Also, my sister's favorite movie is Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. So I like
obviously
going through my head, but I'm like, I can't just cheat and steal my sister's because she's here. So,
oh my God, that movie was everything. Right on top of that, Rose. How many times did you quote that or say that in your lifetime?
My sister like lives in quotes, and you just have to hope you know the movie. Like
that's such a talent.
It's really impressive.
I find that mostly men are good at that. I've never heard of a woman that's good at that. Wow.
I feel like the men though only quote like old school.
Yeah.
With The Hangover, you know.
Right.
Like okay.
Yeah. Okay, she's back. Madame Christina
Girls
is back.
Just Want to Have Fun. I forgot that is that had to be.
No, it's done now.
It's too late.
Oh, it's closed. It's closed.
Okay. So what I'm getting is that when you were younger, you were so fucking smart and no one cared. They wanted you to be like a girly girl or something else, but you were so smart and you fought for that as much as you possibly could. And then eventually in your life, you did have a job that made you that, but you were always treated as like this, like a lowly fucking female. And there, that's it.
That's wild. So I actually I really didn't enjoy school because I just like never had the attention span for it. But as soon as I started working, I was like, oh, I'm actually really good at this.
Yeah, because
so
you're smart.
That's pretty odd, actually.
Then that struggle to like go, I am this. I am more than, you know, whatever the thing is, my parts. What do they say? The thing with my parts. All the sums of my parts in my vaginas and whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, my parts sounds like
your parts. All your parts.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm feeling right now.
Yeah, how interesting.
And also you like short haircuts? Just kidding. You got male and she's the man. It's just a little.
Yes,
are you do you like to dress up?
I don't, but I just love that movie. And
I love She's the Man
Justice
too.
for
And I
Amanda
really
Bynes.
do. Yeah.
Wherever Amanda Bynes is right now, I hope she's happy.
I know. Well, now that you have learned these things from Christina about yourself and then thinking about...
Which is probably not the best one because I was doing it on the toilet. Brooke, I apologize.
You know, all the best ideas come to you on the toilet though.
They do.
And some of the worst ones if you're disabled.
Probably.
Well, because then you have so much time on there to second guess yourself.
I actually just got a bidet, speaking of sitting on toilets.
Oh, good.
Life-changing. Life-changing. If you guys don't have them. I'm sure you do. I feel like I was the last person to get one on the planet.
No, you weren't.
I don't have a full bidet, but I have like the Toto toilet.
That's what we have, like the attach on top. Game changer.
We're going to wrap this up because we're not going to steal any more of Brooke's time. But after hearing what Christina had to say about you and in thinking about this past couple of years, right, of your life, is there something that you have learned about yourself? What is the particular thing that you feel like you've either learned or has become awakened? You know, because we talked about this worst case scenario also being a gift.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think anyone knows how they would react to a diagnosis. Like I get so many people being like, I could never, you know, be as positive as you. And I'm like, you might, because I didn't know that I would be positive. But I actually feel like the things I've learned about myself are more like how other people feel about me, because I'm kind of like living my funeral all the time because I told people that I have a terminal diagnosis, but I'm not dead. Like it's not coming in, knock on wood, anytime real soon. And
that's why I was saying, like, I don't see it for you. I don't see it.
I don't either, but that's the denial for both of us. But like that weird phase between you telling people you have a terminal diagnosis and your death, like no matter what, people are going to treat that differently. So people will come, like, I'll just like be getting a coffee with someone I haven't seen in a while. And when they leave me, they're like, I just want you to know that I love you and you're amazing. Like they really act like it's my funeral. And I feel like my ego's never been bigger because people are just like saying the nicest things all the time. They're very like careful with their words. And
they're not letting a moment pass by though. I don't think that they're, placating you. I think that people are genuine. I think that you are inspiring people to seize a moment and an opportunity. It's making me emotional. And I can imagine that also being very overwhelming to be the recipient of all the time. And so I want to like acknowledge that for you. But at the same time, I'm so glad that you get that you have all these people that are telling you how much you mean to them and how much they love you.
It's amazing. I feel like this is what life is supposed to feel like,
Yeah.
So that's what I've learned. How other people feel.
Brooke, you're
girl.
You didn't disappoint.
Nope.
I love you so much. I want to be
I love
friends.
you guys.
Are we going to pull a card?
I have a card, if you don't mind. So I pull a card from this lovely little deck I have. I don't know what they are. I don't know what's going to come out. I pull in each week and we sort of end our episode with this bit of whether it's inspiration or advice or whatever it is. So are we ready for this card?
By the way, it's never planned.
No.
And it always comes out like weird.
Oh God.
Of course, now I'm giving a portend to it, and it's probably going to be shit about something like...
This might be a shitty one, but we'll see.
Whatever.
Okay.
It might be for us.
Okay. Normal day. Let me be aware of the treasure you are. Let me learn from you. Love you. Bless you before you depart. Let me not pass you by in quest of some rare and perfect tomorrow.
Wait, I feel like that was like the chat GPT of what we all just talked about the last
That's
hour.
what happens, Brooke.
This was written by Mary Jean Iron.
We pull these things and something happens. Like we just had an episode with my girlfriend who lost her children, and the card was all about that. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It does this every time. And I have chills. Like
me too.
Jamie and I get so freaked out when they come out because they're
Are you guys like witches? Like that wasn't bullshit.
I think we are.
Yeah, I think we might be witches.
There's something magical here.
Well, you, Brooke, are magic.
Thank you, guys.
And thank you. Thank you for sharing your time with us. And I cannot wait for our messy community to wrap you up in their love and tell you how amazing you are. We're going to stalk you and make you be friends with us. And you're the best.
You guys are the best. Thank you so much. I'm like, it's weird. Like I started off as starstruck, and then I think I got real comfortable real fast.
Great. That's all we want.
Whatever you guys are doing is working, because I probably should have been a little more guarded on it.
No.
That's not what we do.
I love it.
Not what we do. And so it is.
And so it is. This show is executive produced by Christina Applegate, Jamie-Lynn Sigler, and Allison Bresnick. Our audio engineer is Josh Windisch.
If you want to show us some love, don't forget to leave the show a rating or review. Hi, it's Jamie. Thanks for listening. I just want to let you know I am a paid spokesperson for Novartis, but this podcast is independent from my collaboration with Novartis.